Yo, this looks fire. Yeah, I don't know what I did, but this just looks dope. What's going on to whoever may be watching this, and welcome back to the Sixth Men. That's the idea that we're going with right now. Instead of Sixth Man, there's two of us, so Sixth Men. And we're back with another video. Same old shit. We're just talking about the NBA playoffs, getting a good grasp of this whole YouTube thing. We are focusing on the semis right now. So we go through each series. So today's June 16th, and I woke up to two things. Chris Paul has COVID for 2 weeks, and Kawhi might have his ACL torn, which is unbelievable. That really pisses me off because I love Kawhi and I really thought they had a chance, and also pisses me off because there's another superstar hurt. Chris Paul, he gets hurt every single year. He's finally looking healthy even after the little shoulder or anything, and now he just gets COVID. For 2 weeks he's out. So we don't even know if Kawhi's coming back, and CP3's hurt. So we don't know what's going down with this whole entire playoffs now. The Bucks lost DiVincenzo, which isn't a huge part, but he's still a piece, but they're still alright. But I guess the Hawks are pretty much fully healthy. So, but anyway, I think we're starting to get better at this, so enjoy the vid. See you whenever. So yesterday, the Hawks tied the series 2-2. They're starting to look great. They're starting to look actually legit. The Nate McMillan as the coach seems to be really paying off.
Changed the whole team.
Because at the beginning of the season, they were starting off to a really slow start. They were bottom 10, but they signed Nate McMillan. They had one of the best ending to the seasons out of all the teams, and now they're 2-2 with the Sixers in the semis.
Number one seed in the East, they're tied up.
Yeah.
Embiid had a bad game, but hey, the Hawks showed up and they outperformed them.
Yeah, Embiid had 17 first half points, and
ended with
17. He shot 0 for 12 in the second half, which is I don't know how that happens. He missed a wide open layup for a big man.
Yeah, wide open layup to win the game too. A couple seconds left, completely missed it.
Completely botched it.
I was on Twitter the other day, and I saw a tweet saying that Ben Simmons had 7 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists at halftime. I look at his stat line after the game, and he had 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists or something. It wasn't even that crazy. It just shows how good, how bad Ben Simmons is. He has no offensive game.
Yeah. He did make an all-defensive team, but from the first half to the second half in that game, nothing changed. He got a few more points, a few more assists, a few more rebounds. He's non-existent. When you have a good coach and just a team that knows what they're doing, you could expose players. Ben is becoming non-existent. He still almost has a double-double. He's starting to put up that Draymond single shit that.
Yeah, that's normal triple single.
He's not doing anything to a high expectation or what he should be doing.
They're very lucky that he's surrounded with shooters, because if they weren't no shooters, he wasn't getting any assists, because all he does is just drive, they double him, and he kicks out.
Tobias Harris is their most consistent player. He's
a dog.
He gives you 20 to 25 a game, good shooting percentages. Just not a superstar. He's a star though. I like Tobias Harris.
Definitely a star.
But he's great role player. He's a little more than a role player, but he just does what he has to do.
I think he's the Drew Holiday. Better than Drew Holiday. He's the Drew Holiday to the Bucks almost.
Yeah.
But I think he's better, because I would give him the game-winning shot over anyone on that team.
Well, I guess, if you're comparing him to Drew, I don't know if I'm giving Drew the final shot of the game, but Drew's better in other situations.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
I know what you're saying,
for a third man.
Yeah, he's your most ideal third man. That's what you want out of your third man.
He's really good.
In that game also, Trey, I kind of missed the first half, but Trey didn't have a good first half.
He was chirping at the ref, saying, can you open your eyes?
Chirping at the ref, a
little of this.
And then he had, he finished with 25 points, pretty solid, but he also had 18 assists.
That's ridiculous.
And that is huge.
His first playoffs? Come on, 18 assists? You don't see that.
That's ridiculous. Really good.
Luka didn't even do that. LeBron didn't do that.
No.
Trey Young's doing that. Come on.
I still hate Trey Young, that stupid lollipop hair ass, but
man,
you can't even deny it anymore. He's good. He's really good.
He's legit.
Other notable stats from that game is even with Embiid grabbing 21 boards, Clint and Collins still combined for about like 25 rebounds, which is huge because Embiid's just huge. Like, big dude. He's going to grab boards. If you're getting two guys getting double-digit assists, fantastic. Bogdanovich played 42 minutes. He's still doing his thing, 22 points, but he's just
a bucket.
Yeah, he's just
Bogdan is a bucket.
Bogdan the bucket. You heard it.
I never see him miss.
Yeah, it really, every shot is just so good. I remember when I went to the Knicks playoff game, and he was warming up, and he was shooting threes about 5 feet behind the arc, but having two guys run at him. And he hit like 6 in a row, and I was like, I don't even like.
It's like
it like shows you the difference between like me going to the fucking park and hitting like a step back three like once in every 10 times, and this motherfucker just
letting it fly.
Just letting it fly,
man. Not even caring. Alright, on to the Nets and Bucks. I had the Bucks winning in 6. It's still looking pretty good, but the Nets had a really good start to the series, and then all of a sudden comes Game 4, and Kyrie goes down with 4 minutes left in the half. Not too good for Nets fans, man. It's just only Kevin Durant now. Oh no, but now Harden said he's playing tonight.
Harden might be playing tonight in Game 5. They need him. They need the beard if they're gonna win this series.
Only way.
The Bucks are fucking lucky, man. Like, they were on the verge of getting, like, I wouldn't say swept, but
5 probably.
5 or 6 games, and now Harden goes down. My conspiracy theory doesn't seem like it's legit anymore. He's actually hurt. Big conspiracy guy. I think
He went straight to the strip club. Right to the strip club.
Straight to the strip club.
Yeah, he wanted some ass. He's like, nah, we don't need the Bucks. Yeah.
And now Kyrie goes down.
So maybe he wasn't at the strip club. Maybe he was actually hurt, alright?
Maybe
It
he
wasn't throwing dollars, you know?
So, in that game, that Kyrie goes down in Game 4, he played about a quarter and a half, a little more than a quarter and a half. He had 11 points. Durant finished with 28 points. No one else on the Nets scored double digits.
No one.
Like, if Harden and Kyrie are going down, the next person that needs to step up is fucking Joey Whiteboy Harris.
And Blake Griffin.
And Blake. Blake, I mean, when everyone else is out there, he's a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, when you got Kyrie and all the pressure's off of him, but it's just showing. Without them on the court, none of these players are going to be able to do anything.
No.
Like, Blake does good when
he's surrounded with people.
Exactly.
Pressure's
Joe
off.
Harris does good when Harden, KD, and Kyrie are out there, and he just stands in the corner and he just hits that pick and just lets it fly.
If I'm the Nets, we need Kevin Durant to have a crazy game. He needs to go drop 40. He needs to be the floor general. He needs everything. We also need Blake Griffin, but not only. We need Lob City Blake Griffin who jumps over Kias. All right, we need that.
The hoods of Kias. The hoods of Kias.
The hoods of Kias.
I could do that. I can't dunk it though.
But yeah, we need that kind of Blake Griffin. We need them, all the shooters to hit their shots. We need Mike James, all right? We need Mike James to come out.
I hate that guy. Mike James.
He had, what, a 10-day contract like a month ago on the Nets, and now he's balling out, I guess?
Yeah,
of course,
pretty wild.
That is kind of wild.
We were roasting Middleton last video because he hasn't really been it, but he's been picking it up. He didn't have a crazy game last game, but he did exactly what he needed to. Giannis had 34 and I think 12, and Middleton had around 19, and Drew had I think around 15 or 16. But the big thing is that Drew had 9 assists and Middleton had 8 assists. So them two alone combined for 17 assists. Giannis is doing exactly what he needs to do.
Stop shooting jump shots, Giannis. Drive to the rim. Blake Griffin isn't going to stop you, please. It's so hard to watch him shoot threes.
It is. It's
1
so
for
bad.
6, 1 for 5. Just stop shooting. Clank, clank, clank. Stop it. Please stop it. Save it for Middleton.
Yeah. Giannis played great last game. Middleton and Drew Holiday are doing their thing. Harden's supposed to come back today. We don't know. If he doesn't, could KD win the series on his own with that team?
Fuck no.
Fuck no, baby!
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Everyone needs someone. Everyone needs their teammate.
He does.
KD had Steph in Golden State. LeBron had all his superstar teammates. Jordan had his fucking Scottie Pippen. He had everyone. Everyone
Magic,
by
Kareem,
himself.
Kobe, Shaq, Kobe Gasol, anything. Everyone's got that 2-man. Sometimes they have a 3. Sometimes you have 4 if you're the fucking stupid ass Golden State Warriors. But
I don't want to see KD, like, if he loses, like, there's no pressure. So, like, he's probably going to lose, but if he loses and only drops, like, 25 points, like, some average-ass stat, that looks bad on him. Like, he has to at least ball out.
He does have to ball out.
He can't, like, do, like, a normal stat line. He needs to have, like, at least 35+.
I wouldn't count him out. I agree with that. I wouldn't count Kevin Durant out of the series if
Harden comes back.
Harden doesn't come back and Kyrie doesn't come out. At the end of the day, he's still Kevin Durant. We've seen what he can do. Obviously, if he has the teammates, better outcome. But I wouldn't count him out if it's just him, and I still think Harden's going to come back. I don't know about the whole Kyrie situation, but we'll see with that. So Suns versus Denver. I think the highlight of that series was the fan that fought the Nuggets fan.
Oh, yeah.
He put the floor in his face.
He got his ass beat. He got his ass beat.
That was literally the highlight.
And then he
of the
walked
series.
away. Him and his boy walked away.
They ran away.
Yeah.
That's actually very funny. But honestly, in that series, that was probably the highlight of it. Jokic gets fucking tossed in game 4.
That's some bullshit, though. Like, he should not get tossed. The MVP gets tossed on, like, an elimination game. Like, you can't do that, league. Like, come on.
The league. I thought you were getting mad at Jokic for a second.
No.
What the fuck is the league doing, bro? Like, that's so annoying. On that type of play, game 4, you're going to toss your MVP, who didn't he get presented the
that
award
game.
that game?
It was that game or game 3.
Like, that's the shit about the league, bro. The league pisses me off sometimes, and that was just such an awful call.
Too soft.
It's way too soft. The league is getting too soft. That was just an awful call. You see, we'll throw it up here. Jokic's brothers chirping at D-Book after those motherfuckers.
They wanted to smoke.
Brolic ass, ugly ass motherfuckers. But that shit was funny.
Fuck Devin Booker up.
Like I said, the series itself, I had Suns in 5. You said fucking Suns in 7.
I'm gonna say ballsy. Suns in 7. I think it's on 7. I thought they were gonna be 7 because usually Jokic, he's MVP, he's gonna come out.
But there's no one else. Like,
yeah.
Like in that last game, Jokic, MPJ, and Will Barton all had 20 plus points, but CP had 37 and Booker had 34 and 10.
Yeah.
Like,
Chris Paul played like the perfect like point guard role. Like,
top 5 all time.
In this series, he averaged 30 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. He shot 100% from free throw. He shot 75% from 3 and like 65% from the field goal. Like, come on, like.
Yeah.
Where else are you getting that from?
What else do you
Westbrook
want?
ain't coming from Westbrook. I can guarantee that.
Not the shooting.
The shooting ain't going. The rebounds.
Insert brick right there. Brick.
Maybe.
Westbrook.
You ain't getting it from Curry. You ain't getting it from anyone. Chris Paul is just on a different level.
Yeah, he's the most ideal point guard. This I saw a little thing. D-Book and Chris Paul look how good they're doing right now. Think about it if the league didn't veto the Chris Paul to the Lakers, the Kobe trade when they would have played together. This would have been it, but better.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I hate the league for vetoing it or like the league for vetoing it. I would have loved to see that.
I want to see it too. Wait, what year was that? Because then
that was early because.
Was it?
Cause didn't they go for Powell after that?
Oh yeah, so
I could be wrong.
We could have seen a LeBron versus Kobe finals if that happened.
We could have. We actually very well could have.
Even though I hate the Clippers so much, since I'm a Lakers fan, if Paul George actually is Paul George, not George Paul, they will beat the Jazz. They will next 2 games. They'll smoke them in their own arena, and then they'll probably beat the Suns because if Paul George plays good, they're not gonna lose. Like, he's the X Factor, like we said before. He's the X Factor. He needs to play good, they will win. Because you know Kawhi will show up, all the role players will hit their shots, so it's just all on Paul George right now.
Yeah, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Like I said, whenever Kawhi's on his back, he plays his best basketball. He was down 2-0 Last series,
down 2-0.
won it. He went 4-1 to close it out.
Mm-hmm.
He was down 2-0 in this series, and look at him and Paul George. They tied it up 2-2. The Jazz are starting to look a little shaky. It's like this is their farthest run. Gobert didn't have a great game last game.
Did not.
They're kind of taking him out of the game because the lineup that they run.
They're all
It's
shooters.
what is it? Not Reggie Bullock. Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
Bobby Shmurda. PG, Kawhi, Batum, and Morris.
Yeah.
Gobert is just. He's not there.
He can't guard the outside.
He can't.
He can't.
The Clippers are playing 6'8" wings, and the Jazz just don't really have an answer right now. And the Jazz, like they've done the whole entire season, are just shooting threes. And now, even with the mismatch down low with Gobert, they're not even going to it because you're not going to win a game against the Clippers from just bullying down low. It's just not going to happen.
You just gotta hope that they catch on fire. The Jazz.
When the Jazz catch fire, they're definitely a hard team.
Because they have a lot of shooters. They got Ingles, they got Bogdan, they got Mitchell, they got Royce, they got Clarkson, the 6th man of the year. They just gotta hope that they just don't catch on fire for Clippers. Yeah. But like I said though, I like the Jazz winning this series, even though Clippers are really good. I got Jazz in 7 now. I'm changing my prediction to 7. We'll see how that goes, but
I don't know how I'm going to stand on mine. It looks like the Clippers are different. If PG's dropping 25 plus a game, I got them winning the next 2. I really do. The fucking Claw, baby. The fucking Claw. He does not lose at all. Under pressure. Love him.
We'll see though. Game 5 that's coming up? We'll see if Kawhi Leonard gets a game-winning shot in Game 5, see if he can tie it up or not. We'll pass it.
They're not gonna.
We'll see though.
They ain't gonna need a game-winning shot.
We might be scared to take the last shot, but
he was open. He was not open. Like, you're just mad fucking annoying.
Should play. He had the ball in his hands 8 seconds.
No. If you watch the last video, he had the ball at 6 seconds with someone in his eye, and he passed to the corner like he should have. It was 8.
But okay.
It was 6.8.
Alright, whatever.
7.
Same shit. Jazz in 7.